everyone. So this is the live first fall 2023 detox. And I just want to acknowledge everybody for who said, yes, I'm going to do this detox. It's time. You know, this is actually a really important time to do a cleanse because this is going into the metal season in Chinese, the Chinese elements. And this is the metal season is about grief and it's about releasing. So this is a really powerful time to do a detox and to do a cleanse. And so what I want to do is I'm going to do a screen share and show you guys what you've gotten yourselves into. I actually left the products in my little casita, but I'll explain what they are, and I just really love them. So let me just go ahead and do a screen share. And we'll get started on that. So the first thing you're going to see, so you're not going to see the Be Fit is my online fitness program. That actually has hundreds of workouts that I filmed around the world. And they're all based with, they're all done with positive affirmations. And they're done in levels 1, 2, and 3. So no matter what your fitness level, you can do them. So huge. That's you won't see that unless you sign up for that. I'm going to go just to detox, and we're going to go to the detox modules. All of your information is at the detox modules. So discover the magic of your digestion. So you guys may or may not understand your body and your digestion process, but it is really important to understand how your body digests food, because your gut is your gut is so crucial. 70 to 80% of your immune system lives in your gut. I think, wait a minute, let me take that back. It's 80% of your immune system lives in your gut. 70% of the serotonin hormone that is a good feeling, happy-go-lucky feeling, lives in your gut. Ooh. So it's like your gut is so crucial for good health and just for feeling good and for being happy. And if you're having issues with constipation or any health issues, it's usually starting in your gut. So just a little bit about me. I wrote a book. Let me show it to you guys. And it's called End Dieting Hell. I've been a fitness instructor, wellness instructor since 1996. I've taught everything from martial fitness, kickboxing, spinning, body pump, all kinds of stuff. But I wrote this book, and it's won 3 awards. It was at July of 2019. And this book is about emotional trauma. So there's 3 reasons for disease. And the Never Be Sick Again by Anthony, that book is actually on this first module page. Can't remember his last name. He says there's 2 reasons for disease. He says toxicity and lack of minerals, vitamins and minerals. And I say there's 3 reasons for disease, and the third one is emotional trauma. Because if you have stuck trauma that is not integrated, and what I mean by integration, I mean is fully accepted by your conscious and unconscious mind that you've had that experience and that you're not making it wrong. Or so you're not still angry at the perpetrator, or angry or disappointed or shameful or regretful of yourself. Because a lot of people always try to heal their body, heal their emotions, which means there's something wrong with them and they're trying to fix something about themselves. But when you actually integrate the emotional experience and you let yourself feel that and have some compassion for yourself, in my view and my experience, that's where the true healing comes from. It's like, that was my experience. And you just have, it's an integration of letting that part of you be okay and be a part of your experience and be a part of your personality and what has created you to be you in this present moment. And that's where the peace comes in. Does that make sense? I think so. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's a little bit about my journey. Like I said, in one of the videos that I did on YouTube was I started detoxing only because a chiropractor doctor friend looked at me at a race and saw me and said, Michelle, I want you to come into my office. And he didn't tell me at the time, but he said he looked into my eyes and knew I was on the road toward disease, because all I was eating all the time was cereal 3 times a day, because I was teaching 15 classes to put myself through college, and I didn't have time to cook, and I didn't want to cook, and I didn't like cooking. So I was just eating cereal because it was the quickest, easiest thing to do. And I was really tired and my body was not doing well. After my first cleanse, during my first cleanse, black stuff was coming out of me, and I wasn't taking activated charcoal. I can't even remember what that cleanse was, but I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I was so tired. I had headaches, and those are the two main symptoms, headaches and then just moving. Things were moving out of me. But afterward, like the third day, I was like, oh my gosh, my body felt so much better, so much lighter. And that's when I was like, I got to figure this out about this detox thing. So that is in a nutshell who I am. I'm gonna do a screen share again. You're going to be going through here are your supplements that I'm going to be mailing to you. The first one is your Digest Power. This thing is awesome. You take it 30 minutes before your evening meal. And what it does is it actually helps to release the it helps to stimulate your bowels to release the toxins, which is what you want to do. And then the second, and this is all in module 1. You can read the ingredients and all of that. The next supplement is a toxin removal. So what the Digest Power does is it helps to release the toxins from your belly, helps your liver to stimulate releasing more toxins so it can actually clean itself up. And then what it does is the toxin remover grabs it and pulls it out, binds with it and pulls it out of your body. And so these are the only two things you're going to be having for the 9 days. It's a 9-day cleanse. And then after that, you're going to be taking a probiotic to help replenish your good gut bacteria. And that is really, you want to be taking a probiotic. I usually take them right at the evening before I go to bed. I brush my teeth, I take my probiotic and my magnesium and calcium with my L-glutamate amino acid, and then I hop in bed. And those are my supplements for the evening. But this is the 3, and then the fourth one you're going to be taking is an alkalining superfood. So this one you're going to be taking with your 9-day cleanse. And because you want to replenish your body with really good alkalining food. We eat tons of acidic foods, and there's a whole list, and I'll show you that list of both of those things. So this was the guy. What's his name here? Never Be Sick Again. Raymond Francis, scientist, recognized leader in the field of optimal health, and author of Never Be Sick Again. And watch his YouTube. That's a really good YouTube. So 3 things: deficiency in vitamins and minerals, toxicity, and unintegrated emotions. That's the one I added. So wanted to share that. Okay, 4 crucial elements to maintaining a healthy body weight. Your hormones, which I do not deal with. My friend, Dr. Rita Marie, amazing at hormones. And so I left her link on right there. Digestion, your healthy digestion, reducing and eliminating toxins, and your insulin balance. That is super, super crucial. One of the things that you really want to look at your labels is high fructose corn syrup, because high fructose corn syrup turns off the hormone leptin, which tells your body that you're no longer hungry. So if you have anything, potato chips, sodas always have a high fructose corn syrup in it. Ketchups, why? Because high fructose corn syrup is sweeter and cheaper than sugar. But what it'll do is it tricks the body, and it says, "Oh, body, it turns off that signal that you're no longer hungry." This is why people can drink a whole 72-ounce big gulp, but they can't drink 72 ounces of water. It's because the 72-ounce big gulp turns off leptin, which tells the body it's no longer hungry. So insulin, and the reason I'm sharing that is because that is a trigger to also insulin balancing. Get rid of high fructose corn syrup. Don't eat it. And please stop me if I'm just going to go through this, and then we're going to talk afterwards. But please stop me if you guys have questions. Just say, Michelle. So your digestion, you may or may not know this, but it starts in your mouth. It's so important for you to chew your food. And I say 25 times, but I actually keep chewing my food until I'm like, okay, it's the consistency of a shake. Because one of my dietitian friends, or actually she wasn't a dietitian, she was a health natural food doctor. She said, your intestines don't have teeth. It's true. Your intestines don't have any teeth. So please chew until it's a consistency. This is the first week. You're chewing. That's what I want you to focus on. One of the things, the first thing, focus on your chewing of your food. You're going to forget. That's okay. Just remember when you remember, and just chew, 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 chew. Really important. So then the stomach breaks down the food with your hydrochloric acid and your enzymes. Now your enzymes start to die off around when you're in your 30s a little bit. This is why having an enzyme with each meal is preferably lunch and dinner, super helpful, really helpful actually, especially with dinner. So just a digestive enzyme with lunch or dinner is really good. Then it goes into your liver. Your liver is going to filter out all of the heavy metals, the drugs, the chemicals. Now, the body is freaking amazing because it will take toxins, and if the liver goes, "Whoa, this is too much for me," the body will take that toxin and it'll wrap fat, it'll wrap bile around it, and it'll store it on your gut. This is a pregnant man situation here. So, you push on his belly, but it's hard, but it's not muscle. That man needs to be doing a cleanse. So that's why detoxing at least once or twice a year is really important to support your liver and to also release those toxins, get them out of your body. And the reason why the body does that is because the body wants to keep this toxin away from your organs. Super cool. So you guys can read about your gallbladder and your pancreas. And this again is where I was talking about your insulin levels was with the pancreas. Very, very important. Your small intestine and your large intestine, again, your small intestine, your intestines don't have teeth. So again, chewing is important. Digest. So then what happens is the nutrients, it takes the nutrients and liquid into the body. And so the appendix, which a lot of people, sometimes the doctors go, "Oh, let's just remove this. You don't really need it." Yeah, you kind of do, because it actually is an internal monitor for your pH balance. And so it's kind of important. So that's another reason. If you don't have your appendix, you should be doing detoxes regularly, and you should be eating more alkaline food because that is what your appendix supports you with. It supports to keep your body alkaline and things in balance. And then the large intestine absorbs water and vitamins and converts digestive food and elimination. So that is digestion. If anybody has any questions, let me know. You're going to be cleansing your liver, your colon, your digestion, and your nervous system. So a lot of people, especially right now with all the fear stuff that's out there in the world, and a lot of people are going through, every single one of us has some type of thing we're dealing with. It's actually, this is a time of a spiritual awakening for everybody. Like, spiritual awakening is not easy. This is why every single person has something they're dealing with. And how do you deal with it? Do you deal with it with anger? I know I have, or frustration. Or it's up to us as being, basically, especially women in the world, which our time is really now. Can you see all of the warriors in the world? Are they mostly women? I see them mostly being women, and that's not an accident. So that's who we are. We are bringing the heart back into the world, and our own lives have stuff. So what I'm going to teach you in this course is ways to find that balance when you're in the trigger point. I'm changing the world, you guys. The evilness is leaving the planet, and they're kicking and screaming while they go, and they can kick and scream all they want, but they're still leaving. So your detox protocol, you click here and it'll pop up. You print it out if you want to, or you just look at it on your phone, or however you want to look at it. The first one is to check with your doctor regarding this detox, because I have to legally say that. I'm not a doctor. If you're on any medication, you do want to take the shake 2 hours before or 2 hours after your shake, because it can grab it and pull it out of your body before it gives you the medicine that your body's on. Take your measurements, and that's just for you, just to see where you're at. I don't like it, people say, "Oh, I weighed my," weigh yourself. When you're starting to build muscle, you're actually going to weigh more. And so and also you want to fit better in your clothes. Who cares about the weight? If you feel better about your clothes, you feel better in your clothes, you're going to be like, oh, totally happy. So that's what we want. So measurement can also be putting on a pair of jeans that don't fit. That could be a measurement. So you don't need a measuring tape, a dress that doesn't fit or something like that. You want to start stocking your fridge with organic, non-GMO, preferably GMO free. Non-GMO is a whole another label, but GMO free. But we have non-GMO would work too. From your detox shopping list, and I'll show you guys that in a moment. So here's another practice: taking 5 long, deep breaths before meals. And your goal, and this is just a practice. It does, it's just a practice. Nobody's going to be perfect at this. I'm not perfect at this. To stay in the present moment. If you can get outside and eat or have just listening to nature while you eat, it actually starts to slower your nervous system. When you're watching violence on television or the news, or you're on a call with somebody who's having issues, and what happens is you're eating and your body's stressed, your body's not going to digest your food as well as it would if your nervous system slows down. So take 5 long deep breaths. In fact, let's all do that together. Just take a deep breath and exhale. And let's do 3 more, or 4 more actually. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Just notice your body how it's starting to relax. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale with a sigh. Actually, we have 2 more right here. Inhale in. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. And just notice how much more peaceful your body feels. Now you eat with that peace. Now your body goes, oh, I can digest this food. So most of the time we're eating under stress, in a rush, in the car. If that's your lifestyle, have 1 meal where you sit down in peace. And if you really are like addicted to watching something, put on a YouTube funny animal video. Okay, so watch that. A funny animal video would be perfect. Start drinking filtered water. Really important. I always have a jug of water normally with me, next to me. Usually I like it with lemon. I'll put my grapefruit extract. You can go to Amazon, get some grapefruit extract. What that does, it kills bacteria in your drinking water. Some people take it to Mexico and just use that as a filtration for water. Really helpful. Yes, so you want to start drinking 4 to 6 glasses of filtered water a day. But hey, if you don't drink water usually, we'll be good with 2, 2 glasses a day. Just start, and then check with your doctor about any of this, because I have to say that. So cleaning out your kitchen, you may or may not want to throw it out. It's up to you. One of my clients was freaking out because she was like, I don't want to throw away all this food. I'm like, okay, so here's your option, So I said, you can have that food and you can eat it, and it's going to go right where you don't want it to go. And then you're going to feel all the guilt and everything that you feel, and your body's not going to feel good. And you're going to be, all the stuff is going on with your digestion. Or take it to church, give it to a homeless person, throw it out, because is it more important to throw it in the garbage, or is it more important for you to feel good about yourself? And if you live in a family with a family, get a shelf that's mom's shelf, the goddess shelf of the house, something like that, where you just start to put your good stuff on there. And I would highly recommend that you don't even say anything to them. Just do it, and because and then let them ask you, what are you doing? And you don't have to say anything to them about their food. You just start creating a whole new pattern for yourself, and you don't say anything to them. In fact, you completely ignore it. Oh, hey, what's that, Mom? Oh, this is my goddess food. Yeah, hope you guys have a good day. And you walk out of the kitchen, because what's going to happen is they're going to get really curious, and they're going to want to be like, anyway, it's a fun thing I do sometimes. All right. Any food and drink that contains sugar. Sugar is it's so damaging to nearly all your cells. We're going to talk about that in I think next week. Anything with artificial sweeteners and preservatives and gluten. So if it's too much to toss it, just put it to the side. Again, get yourself a shelf. And what to eat library. It's there. So it's in that link. But I'm going to show you here. It's up here as well. You just click on your detox. Come on. Okay. Detox. All right, it's not coming up. There we go. And it's what to eat. Click on what to eat, and this whole thing comes up. I did this many years ago, and I've added to it. So it's kind of a lot. So don't get overwhelmed, because I research a ton, and I always like to update. So that is your protocol module 1. And do you guys have any questions on that? That was a lot, but So we all are watching YouTube things. We're all watching all this stuff that's happening with the world. Find a little bit of balance. You know, if you watch something that you know, what the fires, which are everywhere, then put on a YouTube, again, funny animal video, just to give yourself a little bit of a break, just to give your heart a little bit of a break. You know, so there's one that has, they're so beautiful. There's tons and tons and tons of beautiful, funny things that really touch your heart. And that's what we really need right now too. We got to remember to stay in balance. We're going to do movement practice.